Hello everyone! In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create one-way platforms and how to move down them. You can see right now that I just have a sample scene set up with a simple player controller and a platform. But what happens right now is that I just smack my head into the platform and I'm not able to go up through it, which is what we want. An easy way to fix this is to go into this platform and then add component and then add a platform effector 2D to them. This platform effector 2D, make sure that the use one way is checked, and then on the box collider 2D that is on this, click use by effector. You will see this blue line, and you can see that this is the way that it will be collided. So you can go through the bottom and stand on the top. If you want to change the arc, you can change the surface arc here. You can see how it's getting to be more of a circle. I'm going to keep this at 180. So if we click play right now, we will see that we are able to go inside the platform. So if I go here, I can jump through the platform and stand on top of it. But if I push S or down, nothing happens because I'm not able to go down through the platform. So let's change that. I'm going to go into my player controller script that has the movement. And if you would like to know how to create this movement, then feel free to go watch my simple 2D movement tutorial. Right now, we are going to have to create a public box collider 2D, and we're going to name it current one-way platform. And now we're going to utilize a few of Unity's built-in methods. First one will be a private void on collision enter 2D. And then what we're going to do is we're going to check if the collision.gameObject.tag is equal to one-way platform. So if we're standing on the one-way platform, then we're going to set our current one-way platform equal to collision.gameObject.getComponent, and the component is going to be a box collider 2D. And now we're going to have to do the same thing with onCollisionExit to see if we've left the platform. So we're going to do a private void onCollisionExit. And then now we're going to check if our collision.gameObject.tag is equal to one-way platform. And then we're going to set our current one-way platform to equal null. Null is just nothing. So now inside of our update, we're going to check if input.getKeyDown, and I'm going to do keycode.s, or you could do the down arrow or space or really whatever you want. And our current one-way platform is not equal to null. So if we push space and we're standing on a one-way platform, we're going to want to call a method that disables the collision. But we don't have that right now. So let's create a IE numerator, and we can name this disable collisions. And then inside of this method, what we're going to do is we're going to do physics2d.ignore collision, and it's going to look between two colliders that we're going to ignore the collisions from. So the first one is going to be the player collider. So what we can do is just type get component, and then it's going to be box collider 2D. This is our collider that is on the player, and then the other one is going to be current one-way platform. Then we're going to type yield return new wait for seconds, and I'm going to do 0.3. This just stops the game for just 0.3 seconds so that the player can fall through once it's ignored the collisions, and then we're going to reapply collisions. So let's just copy this line, and then at the end we're going to add another parameter and just say false, to just say that we want to not ignore it anymore so that we can do this again. So now when we do this, we're going to do a start coroutine to start the coroutine, and it's going to be disable collisions. That's the coroutine that we want to start. Now before we go into Unity, there's one thing we're going to have to do. Instead of using this current one-way platform, we are going to get a reference to it. So inside of here, we're going to type a box collider 2D, and it's going to be the one-way platform. We can just name it one-way platform. And instead of using this current one-way platform, we're going to use this one-way platform. Because if we didn't do that, then This would turn null while we are still waiting, and then when we would do this, it would ignore collisions for null, which we can't do. So now we're getting an error right here, and it's one-way platform, and we're just going to put the current one-way platform in. So now we can save up and go back inside of Unity. Now once we are inside of Unity, we have to make sure that our platform has the one-way platform tag on it. And if you don't have that, you can click add tag and make a tag one-way platform. Make sure it is named the same as we did in the code, or else it won't work. So what we can do now is click play and go inside of Unity. And then once we're inside of play mode, we can go over, jump through the platform, click S, and fall through. You can see that only works. I'm pushing S right now, but I'm not falling through the ground, so that is actually nice. I can jump, fall through, and go through here. And this is exactly what 2D platformers are like. If you like this tutorial, please give our channel a like and a subscribe because it really helps out a ton. Thank you!